Hi everyone. I've been away. I've been studying a side course all over again, and I'm ready for the new trading week. So let's do these markups for the week. So what we want to see is if like everything aligned, and besides gold. Oh, sorry, my neighbor is trying the new engine. So like gold potentially would pull back. It has started on 4 hours to create a downtrend. And therefore, so this is our no trade zone because price broke here, broke the support that you can see is like two candles, but yeah, it is a support, and then there's this also rejection. And so therefore lower low, lower high, lower low. Now the pullback of course is bullish because it has to go up somehow, and now it's consolidating. So we will see. I have this first level, which is my first indication, because then we will have a second one and a third one. And so I would wait that price comes down here. Why? Because gold is bullish, fundamentally bullish, so it can, we want it to pull back, but it can also not pull back. So then US 30, and then here US 30, right? So US 30 looks really nice because we had these sellers area on 4 hour, which is like a huge range, and it broke out. So we're close to the 4 hour indication. Let me put it like 4 hour indication. We're close to 4 hour indication. So what we want to see is price becoming bullish again on the 4 hour levels. Sai says NAS US 30 indexes is best to trade them on the 4 hour levels, and he wants to see a 1 hour indication on here. So on here, what I want to see developing is either a higher low, is either a higher low, let me put it thicker, right, is high, sorry, lower high being broken. So I wanted to come, actually, sorry, apologies, nothing works tonight, right? So what I want to see here, in order to be able to say yes, I want to take a trade from this level, is it's not ready. So we want the downtrend on 1 hour to come down to the indication, even go in the no trade zone, doesn't matter. What matters is that it turns bullish and it comes back up out like on top of the indie again. So it could break structure and retest, and we take it going higher. We on what this is the 1 hour, what I want to see in 1 hour, we take it higher, or it could do, the best would be a failed lower low, like it could wick and then close above the last low, and it would create a lower high, and then I want to enter on 1 hour, right on 1 hour, when it closes above the lower high. So on 1 hour, that would be my entry. Great. So this is what I want to see, and usually mark them up like this: the failed lower low. One of my is my favorite. I would say now is my favorite entry setup or entry, because price just goes. Great. So then this is what I want to see. I'm going to put an alarm on the indication just in case. Create. And on gold, I want to put an an alarm here. So I'm going to pull the no trade zone all the way, and I want to also see if it comes up here. So actually, what's good is I put the alarm to the thing. and this one will be deleted. Okay. Right, so then we have SP500, SP500, SP. So this was the situation of Friday, where there was a range broke below, we didn't have the retest to come down here, and then it broke above, but then it's just like, nah. So now we don't know who's in control because it has not broken this low yet. So I would say that now our no trade zone is this one. Well, on 4 hour, yeah, it's clearly not going anywhere. Actually, could still be bullish because, so it broke here, so this would be the indication now. Indication, this was the trade, now it's back in the range and it's not broken this low yet because it's just wicked. So I would say that I want to see what it does on 4 hour, because we trade the 4 hour levels, right? So on 4 hour, I would say that this is the range on 4 hour, this one, because it came down and then came above. So this is the range, this is the, we don't know, no trade zone. So it has to do something. What would be nice is that it goes up, fails a high and breaks and comes down here. If it does, then great. We are all-time high. So basically here we are already in a seller zone. Let's see. So here, instead of no trade zone, what I can do is I can put because it's weak, so I imagine it could go up. No, let's do this. Well, it's gonna go out anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it like this because there's nothing to do. Probably this is the definition of no trade zone, so let's put it back again. Right there, no trade zone. I have, okay, no trade zone, good. And yeah, let's put an alarm. Then NAS and NAS on 4 hour. All right, so this was my back testing. So NAS on Friday was on this beautiful 4 hour level. I was skeptical of this indication, but it was perfect. Perfect is exactly what we want to see. We want to see a range and then the indication going across the 4 hour level to go higher. This was like textbook, I realized this weekend. Right, so now we have the 4 hour indication, which is this one, and I'm going to see if it comes back down here. So now this is the whole 4 hour. It has to come down here. So this is not trade zone. This was a, okay, just leave it like that, and I'll put so again, when it comes down, because this is coincident, is a 4 hour level, is visible on 4 hour, but is also visible on 1 hour, then we don't need a 1 hour indie because we already have the 1 hour indication. So this one will want to track the pullback on the 15 minutes. This is good on 15 minutes. Then the FTSE again, like I was so distracted last week. So this is FTSE. So FTSE, it was in sellers. Even FTSE is an all-time high. It was at sellers level on 4 hour, and it failed to create a high, and therefore the entry was right here on 1 hour, right there, because this was a failed high. This is a fail high, and so this was the entry. Then like it's still bullish. If we put on daily, you see it's still bullish, so maybe this is just a reaction and it will go higher, and we have to see. So here we've got the 1 hour indie, because we have this 4 hour level, but then price also went up, down, and then again. So I would keep this one as a 4 hour level to play. I want it to go higher, then it has to react to this level, so it's going to be a bit bumpy. I'll put my alarm there, and let's see, and I'll do that. This is the again, when we go up, I want to see on the 1 hour that it creates a swing low, breaks the swing high on 1 hour and the 4 hour level, and then retest. So this would be the play. And then, so this is a huge no trade zone because it sold there. So like we have to do this. This is a no trade zone. Great. VTI. So on 4 hour, VTI is consolidating. You see how it is inside of, no, this is the daily, pardon. Well, but still on daily. On daily, you see that it pushed out this range, went higher, broke, and this is the break of structure. But now it reacted here. Look, this is the break. Let's do red, daily break of structure. It came all the way up, reacted, and now it's ping-ponging between this support, which is a daily support, and if we go back, it gets uglier, you see, because it's also a daily support. You see the reactions around this area. And therefore, we're ping-ponging between this level and that one. So, not nice. Again, so it is buying from this blue line higher and is selling, but we're like is a huge no trade zone. But so for example here, to go lower on because we are below this blue line, it could sell up until this indication on 1 hour that was never retested. Can you see the indication here? There is the range with a failed lower low because it didn't close. It's a failed lower low. It gapped, but it didn't close. So this is my range. Also there's, you see, this resistance. So let's do this. And we're going to wait for it here. And here we can enter because we can take trades at this at a buyer's area, high time frame buyers. This was even daily and weekly because we're going back. We see therefore it's beautiful. We just wait. So if there's a sell in session, this is we can play it. And we will have to wait that the 15-minute pullback turns from bullish, because it's going to be bullish, has to go up, will turn bearish and close below. So something like this we want to see. It's going to go up like this. Either we want to see a failed high and we enter when it breaks the last support that failed to create the higher high, and we enter right there where it breaks there on a 5 or 15-minute candle. Or it can go up. It's always the same. You have an uptrend, you want to see that the last low is broken. Always the same. This is my favorite because it's quicker. And then also it has to close below the indication. So this is good. This is aligned. We put it up here. Right. Actually, then there was US 30 was also good. The others were a bit FTSE, the FTSE, we said it has to ring. Okay, German. The Germany, so on 4 hour, I have it that is in a huge not rate zone, and actually is even in the middle. So the middle of a range is the worst place to take anything because it's the definition of the not rate zone, because you've got the sellers pushing and the buyers pushing and they're in the middle fighting and you don't know. So we leave it as it is. Absolutely nothing. Forex. So Euro USD for Forex, I have that it's at so you saw that it broke a low and then it failed a lower low, create a high, but then we are here. We're right there. And they started selling from here. So it's not nice at all. Not nice at all. Even on 1 hour. So on 1 hour, how many pips is it? Like we could buy up until there. But it's you see it's pushing, so it's a huge not rate zone, and I want to mark it up like this, even there. Yeah, not rate zone. So this would be perfect. Is again, as we saw in NAS Friday, it's at a 4 hour level. We wanted to create something like this, and then it's like a sandwich. We want to see that it creates an indication that crosses above and then takes it. So this is going to be my alarm. Then we've got GU and GU. And GU again, not rate zone as well, because on the 4 hour look, we are exactly there. Even on daily, it cuts out a lot of, you see, daily is really a place. And here it failed to create look, I'll just take it. Look, on 1 hour, it broke, lower, so it failed to create a high because it was high, low, failed to create a high, then lower low, low high, lower low, then failed to create a lower low, but also didn't push up. So, and then there's this resistance. So I want to put all these in a not rate zone and see how it goes. Forex can be messy sometimes, but I really want to see that 4 hour level. And in case of a short, so right now here price is consolidating because you see that is inside this swing high and in this swing low. So in order to go lower, he has to break, give indication to go down, and if it wants to go up, I don't care that it breaks this one because I've got above my head this huge seller zone, so I want it again to break above like that and then come down, and I want to see possibly a 4 hour candle closing above, and that's it. UJ. Okay, so on daily UJ, look, it's been consolidating like crazy, and Friday was even more consolidating because it's been inside. The price action of Friday was inside this other candle that was Thursday. On 4 hour, it looks like it's going up, but it isn't, because so besides it's a huge consolidation, so we don't know who's in control, but still maybe we can trade something. So what I'm seeing is a level here, a seller's level. I see because this was a failed high at support, tried again, didn't, and then finally broke. So this is the support. Then came and retested and came down. And so now it's on its way up, a pullback at this point, broke this support and went all the way back up. So it's in a no trade zone, can you see? Because I had my 4-hour indication here. And now it's gone all the way up, failed again. So now if I want to enter a trade here, I want it to break below. So it's a huge no trade zone. And that's it. And that is it. So let me put an alarm and I see you tomorrow for the New York session. I hope it's useful. Bye bye.